after last night. Hey, you got to be in position when the other team makes mistakes. The Reds did that. The A's made the mistakes that turned the game around. And you got to be able to close it down in the ninth, and that's what Emilio Pagan did again since his return. And the last 7 appearances in particular, 2 wins and 5 saves. We've seen the life on the fastball return. We've seen the bite on that, his breaking stuff pitch, his splitter in particular. So it's been a good stretch for Emilio Pagan, and when he's on, seemingly it lines up the rest of the bullpen, and the numbers are better. Check out our Papa John's key ingredients. With Pagan, ERA 3.75. Without, 5.42. You can go down the list. And if you start at the back end and work your way back, boy, does it make a difference in the bullpen. And Pagan continues to say, we as a team want to make it weird.
I didn't know it was going to blow up like that.
I'm still asking about it. Are you still looking to make it weird right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's why not? That's why we're here, right? We're here to win games. The second part of that was, we're behind the 8 ball, and that's on us. But we got a lot of baseball left. We got winnable games coming up with our starting rotation with HG, Chase, Dolo coming back, Singer, Abbott. We've got a rotation that can pitch us to the playoffs.
Stacking series wins. That is the key. Going to have to go on a winning streak as well to boot. They can win a series next. It's the Reds and the A's straight ahead.
Slows you down.
Second start of the homestand for Jose Trevino. He jogs out behind the plate. Went deep when we last saw him Saturday. He has had a hot bat going back to his return from the IL. Tonight he receives Red Lauder, coming off 2 strong starts in succession.
Yeah, and the last start against Pittsburgh, I thought he was exceptional. He really threw a lot of first pitches. He was ahead in the count. But I thought what he did really nicely, John, was really establish that fastball into those lefties. He pitched to both sides of the plate, but it was that fastball, little sweeper combination that was really effective.
First pitch strikes to 15 of the 23 he faced in that affair. The lineup that he opposes for an athletics club that has lost 11 straight series. Lawrence Butler leads it off. Jacob Wilson, Tyler Soderstrom, Jonah Heim, the switch-hitting catcher, the red-hot Jeff McNeil, Tommy Tanks, Tommy White, we'll get into that, Donovan Walton, Henry Bolte, and Alika Williams came off the bench yesterday, gets the nod tonight. Reds rally to win 5-4 in yesterday's opener. An issue for our home plate umpire, Will Little. It is a tough sun in the eyes of J.J. Bleday at left. Key Bryant Hayes plays on the grass at third. And the first pitch fouled back as we are underway. A warmer day and evening. Butler 0 for 4, got aboard 3 times yesterday. That was a walk, a fielder's choice, and an error. He has handled the Reds pretty well lifetime. .393, 6 homers against Cincinnati pitching. He was stellar the last time the A's visited Great American Ballpark. You talked about Lauder getting ahead. A miss there on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, first pitch was fastball up. The second pitch was a fastball down and in. And then he tried to go right back down there with the breaking ball. Didn't get the chase.
That's fouled. Now Lauder coming off his first quality start since his last win. He last got a pitching victory April 20th. That was down in Tampa against the Rays. Only 5 of the 23 men he faced Thursday against the Pirates reached base. Now, we have seen in his last couple of starts the addition of a curveball. He hasn't used it a lot, but it's been a competitive pitch, one that he usually shelves until later in the outing. That is ripped into right field, no doubter. Number 7 for Butler. He homered in all 3 games when the A's came here a couple of years ago, and it's a leadoff shot to begin action tonight.
Well, he came out of his shoes on that first fastball up. It was a little higher and out over the plate. This one was up and in. He lambasted that baseball. My goodness, that was 108 off the bat. A two-seamer right there. Stayed right there, no doubter.
Now Jacob Wilson. First pitch, well hit, deep left center field. Bleday angling back. Deep gap finds the fence, has it on the hop.
Location not good on this sinker. Middle. That was a 99 off the bat. 2 batters taking 2 hefty swings. That's not a great sign.
Lauder has had several starts with a lot of hits. And the common thread, Brewers and Rockies, they ambushed a lot of early pitches. He did throw early strikes, but they were fat strikes.
Yeah, quality strikes. Strikes are obviously the important thing, but strikes down the middle of the plate get hit hard. That's not what you want.
Since that victory against Tampa, overall some tough times, inflamed significantly by 2 really rough starts. Tyler Soderstrom doubled, walked, and scored yesterday. Got his team leading 25th double of the year. Called strike. Now the numbers add up some for Lauder. In a plate appearance where the opponent swings at the first pitch, the league is hitting almost 340. That one runs way in, a walk. When they put the first pitch in play, the league is hitting 463. Both of those numbers are just outside of the top 5 in the sport. But I would argue, yes, they aggregate significantly that way. They're informed heavily by 2 bad starts. I don't think that's been the case in most of the outings. But those 2 outings, it happened so many times, it skews that number a lot.
That was strike 1. That's the location we're looking for. Down and away, up and in. Down and in, up and away.
0-1. Big rip by Jonah Heim, who was 0 for 4, strikeout yesterday.
So you throw that fastball down, and then you follow it up with another breaking ball, this being the slider, down as well. See if he climbs the ladder here.
Struck him out.
Right back to it. That's the location. Fastballs down and into those lefties, and then a late breaking slider down and in for those lefties right underneath the swing.
Jeff McNeil, another multi-hit game yesterday, 2 for 4 in RBI. McNeil went into the All-Star break hitting .226. Since the break, .413, 4th best in baseball. That's brought his season-long average up nearly 30 points in just a few weeks. Both hits yesterday were pulled. De La Cruz plays just about up the middle. McLean is in between first and second. High and tight. Trevino needs a moment. Catching is a tough, demanding job.
There's a challenge happening. I believe the A's believe that this ball possibly hit McNeil.
Here comes our crew chief, Lance Barksdale, third base umpire.
The call on the field is a foul ball. The Athletics are challenging the call.
It looked like it hit the knob of the bat.
Yes.
You saw Mark Kotsay there, the A's skipper.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It is a foul ball. The Athletics will lose their challenge.
It's a bit of a surprising spot because did you see anything from McNeil?
No.
So if the hitter says nothing, doesn't that feel like a reach in the first inning? 2 outs?
Yes.
We saw some bizarre stuff in the game last night on both sides. There were a lot of opportunities given to the opponent. The Reds took the most significant advantage. And strike three. McNeil spikes the bat in frustration.
Elizabeth Healthcare.
Reds have won 4 of 5, 9 of 13. They're 9 from St. Elizabeth Healthcare. De La Cruz, Stewart, Myers bats third. Eugenio Suarez in the cleanup spot. Welby Marte, after a night off, is back in the order. J.J. Bleday thrust down some with the lefty on the mound. Trevino, Hayes, and McLean. Terry Francona's team matching up with southpaw Jacob Lopez.
Jacob Lopez, lefty, 6'4". Very different pitching mechanics. It almost looks like the ball just sticks in his hand a little bit longer. It's a very different look from him. Not a high velocity guy. Fastball sits about 90 miles an hour. So that's what he does. He just kind of pitches on the periphery of the strike zone. Got to stay disciplined. Think up the middle with this guy.
One of the slowest heaters in the show. And he loves to use that slider. He's overwhelmingly fastball slider. His slider usage, the 7th highest among starters. Chase Burns, by the way, is 3rd highest on that list. And you mentioned the idea of him being on the periphery. While he did get ahead 0-2 on De La Cruz, he walks a lot of guys. Foul tipped and handled by Jonah Heim, strike 3.
This is a slider, but the slider is just 76 miles an hour. Or like a slurve. It's under the comfortable hitting speed. And that's a challenge. Think about a slider, you're thinking 89, 90 miles an hour nowadays. We're talking 76 miles an hour. There's a serious adjustment that needs to be made. Very easily you can be out in front.
Backdoor strike. Sal Stewart, base hit, sac fly, walk and a run scored last night. And very heads-up base running.
Really nicely done. In that 8th inning, he was on first base. It was a vacant second base, and on the overthrow, got himself in the scoring position, ended up scoring the winning run.
So can I throw a comp out there who's different but has some of the same ideas of what you're talking about?
Sure.
Lopez, different arm slot, not that guy, but a more stretched out starter, Brent Suter. A lot slower, different stuff. Yeah, just that funky idea of a lefty.
Yeah, but Brent actually, once he goes into his windup, it's fast.
Right.
All right, so pretty much different. This guy, it's just a little different. Almost like it feels like the ball stays in his hand just a tick longer than other pitchers.
But I say that more because Suter is an 89 fastball guy, 77 breaking ball guy.
Yeah,
I
think stuff-wise, yes, certainly comparable. But style-wise, I think just a little bit different. See, it's a long stride. He's a 6'4". It's kind of tough to pick up from there.
But I mean, the batter will tell you, right?
Yeah, you can see just the first 2 batters of the game. Ellie out in front in the backdoor breaking ball, and Sal out in front on a cutter. So you see that ball like that. Because he only throws 90 miles an hour, you don't have to worry about getting to the fastball in. What you want to do is you want to put your chin over that plate and think about hitting him out to right center field.
Dane Myers, 0 for 4 last night, couple of Ks. He lined to right. All 3 Reds so far have been down 0-2 against Lopez. And Lopez has been on 3 starts since the break, a 1.84 ERA. Gave up 1 earned and 5 1/3 against the Red Sox on Wednesday. Hayes lost that game in 10 innings, 4-2. Now see there, he's limited contact, but the walks are still there. He's at 5.5 walks per 9. That is highest among any man at his threshold of innings.
Well, that's understandable, the way that he pitches. He's got to pitch on the corners of the plate.
Swing and a miss. Strikes out the top of the Reds order.
Chevy dealers.
Time now for the Kia player profile. Wide home road splits for Red Lauder. Far better at Great American Ballpark. First pitch strike to Tommy White. It's a short. De La Cruz on the fly. Reds defense, some tri-health. J.J. Bleday battling the sun at left. Dane Myers, Noelvi Marte. Infield of Ke'Bryan Hayes, the Reds' top-rated defender. Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McLean, who has been strong since coming back. Sal Stewart and Jose Trevino. Check swing, Donovan Walton. He went on appeal to third. 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored yesterday. He lined out on a nice play by J.J. Bleday. That's when he was battling a similar sun to how it stands now and had to go a long way in the gap in left center. Changeup dives down. Line to left, Bleday has it. Fair side of the chalk. When last we saw Brett Lauter, breaking ball looked really good. Actually, each of his last couple of outings. He did allow a home run in the late stage of his last start. That was a solo shot. I thought for the most part, hitters were seeing it as a strike. They were offering at it. And it's been his primary pitch, I think, to this point tonight.
Yeah, you can see that slider. 0 for 9. I thought he did, as I said, I thought he did a really nice job of locating his fastball. And most of the time when a guy's on his game, it's about command. He starts with that fastball and everything plays off the fastball.
That sinker had some snap. 2-1 on Henry Bolte. 3 hits last night, a steal and a run scored. His second 3-hit showing in his last 3 games. Chopper, Lauter on a hop, has it. 1-2-3.
Milwaukee.com.
In tonight's Toyota Tundra Home Run Challenge, Robert Brunner from right here in Cincinnati wins a brand new built in the USA Tundra if a red hits the Toyota hit and win sign. Register for your chance at any Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealer. Hey, Eugenio Suarez got aboard twice yesterday. Base hit and a walk. Backdoor strike for Jacob Lopez. Well, the MO for Lopez has been pretty much carbon copy for all 4 Reds hitters. All 4 have been down 0-2. Swing at a foul raise. Way outside. Lopez, a JUCO product, now 28 years old, hails from Los Angeles. He was a 26th rounder by the Giants in 18 and has since been traded twice. Upstairs miss. Deadline in 19, he went straight up to the Rays for Joe McCarthy. And then in December of 24, he and Jeffrey Springs went to the A's for a package that included the former Reds phenom farmhand Joe Boyle. Swing and miss. He has struck out all 4 Reds he has faced so far.
Well, it's just a slow curveball. That's all it is. It's a slow breaking ball. And as long as there's a thought to pull this ball, these Reds hitters are going to be out in front. We've seen it already 4 times.
Now Noel V. Marte. Grounded fair and beyond Tommy White. Bouncing hit for Marte. First Red to reach.
Noel V. Marte would have not done this before he went down to the minor leagues and worked on staying square on the front side. Such an improvement. Very nice to see.
Now J.J. Bleday. Loud foul. Bleday a base hit and a walk yesterday. Since he made his Reds debut April 26th, only 7 men in the National League have worked more walks. And a lot of those have come since he had that profound power run early. The league started to pitch him far more carefully, and he has done a really nice job of swinging at strikes and watching pitches out of the zone go by. That hung, lifted to right, foul. Nice play by the ball kid. Now he's moved down in the order a bit with the left-handed starter Jacob Lopez, but he can launch against lefties. 5 of his homers have come left on left. That is 7th most in the National League, most by any Red southpaw hitter since Joey Votto in 21. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Catcher challenging the pitch.
The microphone works. And that's a strike.
Pitch is a strike. Good out.
5 strikeouts for Lopez. Jose Trevino. Saturday against the Pirates, Trevino 1 for 3, a leadoff homer in the 5th. Since coming off the IL, hitting nearly .310.
Ball up in the zone. That's a danger zone. Was Jose Trevino.
All 4 of his homers have come since the start of July. Tommy White guards the line at third. Trevino in the air down the right field line, foul. Another nuance in the Reds' rally yesterday was Elly De La Cruz opportunistically going to third base in that 8th inning. That forced a throw offline from Lawrence Butler. That even though Hogan Harris backed it up, opened the door for Sal Stewart to sneak into second base. Swing at a foul graze. And Noelvi Marte, while he's not been on base a lot for the last 3 weeks, he is one of the faster Reds. On a base hit, he might try to push it for third and force a similar throw from Butler, who has struggled at times defensively. Caught foul. Now you pointed out how that changeup was up against Trevino. Most of the pitches from Lopez this AB have been down and below the zone. The league does run on Lopez a bit. He only has 1 career pickoff. It did come this year. Marte takes off. Pitch missed, down and away. Throw down tails, and Marte's got his 6th steal of the year.
Really good look right here by Noelvi Marte. As soon as Lopez picks up, he is gone.
Grounded to short, that leads through. Wave is on. Soderstrom in medium left, lobs it to second. Marte scores standing. Jose Trevino connects. 2 out, 2 strike. Ribby hit, tied at 1.
Really nice job of manufacturing a run right there. Noelvi Marte gets himself in a scoring position. And a really nice job by Jose Trevino fouling off a few of those breaking balls, staying up the middle of the field and getting a changeup he can hammer.
Key Brian Hayes. Hayes 0 for 3 with a strikeout yesterday. Did line out to third. He is 1 for 11 on the homestand with 7 strikeouts. McNeil gives a look. So Lopez has faced 8 Reds. 7 of them have been down 0-2. The only one who wasn't was Marte because he singled on the first pitch. Up and away. I don't remember the last time an opposing pitcher was 0-2 with that frequency. Ripped through, strike 3. The Reds have rallied.
Noelvi Marte gets himself in scoring position. Jose Trevino drives him home.
Baseball is better with a group.
Rick Ross is coming to GABP Friday, August 14th, part of the Ohio Lottery postgame concert series. Cheer up. Keep the party going after Reds and Marlins with a set from Rick Ross. Get tickets now, reds.com/concerts. The Reds go Hawaiian. Tied at 1. Rhett Lauder and company back even. Front door miss to Alika Williams, who pinch hit in the 7th last night. Finished 1 for 2. Williams, former Pirate, having a career year offensively in just about every category. Broken bat, foul. Lauder had a 1-2-3 second. The on-deck man, Lawrence Butler, began the ball game with the leadoff homer. Grounded to short, De La Cruz. 1 down. Brief word now from the good folks at Kia. Right out the gate, the Butler did it. Lauder was ahead 0-2, and Lawrence Butler smoked a solo shot to right. He has had a quite down year. Stark change from where he was a couple of years ago. There were mask issues at the game start, something in the eye, it appears, of Will Little. Butler's Bomb Statcast 3D Google Cloud.
He didn't miss any of this pitch right here. That ball was deep into the stand.
Foul tip got Butler, who hops in pain. Understandably needs a moment. Oh, 2 again. Take on the changeup, full count. Lifted left side. De La Cruz out. Leday in. One plus two plus two. Remember Clue?
I do.
Best when it was on VHS or on a premium channel, and you could watch every ending back to back to back.
HS.
Wow. It was, what, 1985? I think Beta was dead already. Strike one of Jacob Wilson, who has flied to left. He went. What is it you do, sir? I buttle. Some epic lines in that film. Underrated. Another one fouled off in A. Louder with a couple of strikeouts so far, one walk, the lone hit, the Butler homer right out of the game. Give the A's credit. Well, Louder's had some sharp sliders tonight. They have laid off a good number of those 2-strike sliders. Oh, 2 to full, just like Butler. To second, McLean. 8 in a row retired by Louder. Ellie De La Cruz due up second for the Reds. They seek their first lead tonight.
places.
Elgin Elk injury report. This is earlier this afternoon. Nick Lodolo, AAA Louisville in St. Paul. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. The line not as important as he got to 65 pitches. They would like to see some more strikes, but the report that Terry Francona got was good from Lodolo as far as the blister and everything else goes. They'll regroup tomorrow. Now, if the next step is with the big club, that would line up on Tuesday in Chicago, but that is up in the air.
Well, thank you, Jim. Of course, the Reds off on Monday. They'll be in D.C. on the weekend. James Wood just hit the IL for the Nationals. Matt McLean fouls away strike 1. Jacob Lopez, the 5th A's pitcher all time to have 6 strikeouts in the first 2 innings of a game. The last, also a former Red, Frankie Montas, was in July of 2021 in Houston. Had signed with the Mets. They evade him. He's a free agent these days. McLean, a base hit. He doubled, scored, also lined out last night. He's the first man that Lopez did not deliver a first pitch strike to tonight. And he gets to 1-2. Now, Jim, I also saw Blake Dunn in the Reds clubhouse today. Did you connect with him?
I did, and once again, they had to get into his elbow to figure out whether or not he needed Tommy John surgery. The answer was yes, but it wasn't complete Tommy John. It's a variation of it. They just repaired the internal brace. So it was enough of a tear of the UCL that they had to perform the full surgery, but not full reconstruction. The timeline for a position player is 6-7 months on that. So if you add that up, he would be ready in the middle of spring training, if there is an on-time spring training. So it was kind of good news, bad news. Bad news that he had to have that type of surgery. Good news that it wasn't full reconstruction.
I partially tore my UCL in '89, and it was actually at an all-star game. I threw a ball, heard a pop. I actually thought it was gunfire in the distance, and then my elbow started to swell up. I didn't have surgery either, and actually the scar tissue actually was stronger than the regular ligament that I had, and so my throwing, I had to get through that scar tissue. There was a ball. Eventually, I was kind of babying the ball over to first base. Eventually, there was a ball in the hole, and I had to go and like fully extend my arm. And when it broke up that scar tissue, I'd never had another injury with my arm. Hopefully, that will be the same issue with Blake Dunn.
He had been composing by far his best year in the bigs.
Yeah.
Was that the year where there was a skills competition?
There was a skills competition, and after that they eliminated it.
Taylor Cruz, a strikeout so far tonight. And you were right at the fore of some things then, and your longtime close friend Eric Davis, also part of that initial home run derby back in the day.
Yeah.
Payoff. Away, first walk earned by a Red tonight. Time now for our DirecTV new era. Sal Stewart, 86 ribbies. He has matched Spencer Steer, second most by a Reds rookie, going back to the creation of the RBI as a stat, 1920. It's not an arbitrary year. It goes back to that year because they did not universally credit RBIs before that year. Sal was down 0-2, rallied to bring it full, struck out his first time. Now this is just starting, second time through for the Reds. They've had a look at Lopez. On Ellie's second look, he walked. Has a big lead. 0-2.
Well, just like any other pitcher, the more chances you get to see him, the more success you have as a hitter.
Down and in. So he's now faced 11 men, and he's been 0-2 on 9 of them. The exceptions: Marte singled first pitch, McLean took ball 1, then struck out. Slightly larger lead for Ellie, who gets chased back. Now Lopez does get run on a bit. Reds already have a steal from Marte tonight that aided him in scoring on the Trevino single in the second. We also saw a flurry of wild pitches open the door for the Reds, and this duo, Ellie and Sal Stewart, took plummet advantage of it. Catcher Jonah Heim, since he cracked the bigs in 2020, only 3 catchers have had more wild pitches while catching. Ellie goes. Throw down. Late. Another steal for Ellie, who led the bigs with 10 in July. He's in scoring position.
Yeah, 2 times disengagement. So you can go a third time, but if you don't get him, obviously it's a balk. And as a base runner, you use that to your advantage. Ellie with a good jump.
Team leading 21st for De La Cruz. Up and away. I told you he led the majors 10 in July, so 11 steals in his last 27 games. He had 10 in his first 67. Kind of seems like when July 1 came, flick the switch, he's been running more. Struck him out.
See Sal Stewart after this strike, he asked home plate umpire Will Little if that was a strike, and I believe it was. It's a good pitch.
So Lopez has tied his season high with 8 strikeouts. Did the same thing last time out against the Red Sox. His career high is 10. And he is the first A to have 8 strikeouts through 3 innings since another man who was once a Red, Sonny Gray. That was in September of 2014. No way has ever had 9 strikeouts through 3 innings. Myers struck out his first time tonight. Ellie dancing off second. Pitch comes home. Fouled back. Was Lopez convinced Ellie was retreating, or was he so worried about a possible balk that he just decided, let's go home? Lifted right side. McNeil and Heim. McNeil's got it.
You have my word on it.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Back at Great American Ballpark, tied at 1, Reds and A's. Our Yellowwood bringing the lumber. Frustration felt for Dane Myers. He'll need a new stick.
I remember Bo Jackson snapped his bat. I think it was over his helmet.
Yep.
And then Joe Oliver tried to snap his bat over his leg, and he hit his leg with the fat part of the bat. He had a bruise. He had a bruise for the next 3 weeks. A big bruise on his thigh.
The strength of Bo was just different. Because when most mortals try tricks like that, it doesn't tend to go well. Three-1 to Soderstrom. Hard foul. He walked his first time. And another walk. Let's go back to Game 4, 1990 World Series. Remember this?
Yeah, that man was some kind of strong, Glenn Braggs, and he didn't have to use the knee on that one. That one just broke over his shoulder.
Matching up with Dave Stewart.
I saw Glenn about a month ago. He still looks like that. Chiseled. Such a good guy.
Part of your wire-to-wire champs. Driven to right center. Myers the call. Would you guys get together if some team had a wire-to-wire stretch that fell apart in August or September?
No.
Would you have a text thread?
Probably not.
Not quite 72 Dolphins?
No, not quite that. 16-0, is that what it was?
14-0, I think,
14-0.
right? There's fewer games back then. McNeil struck out his first time.
I thought there was a team that talked about wire to wire. Maybe it was it the Brewers? Wire to wire winning the division.
De La Cruz takes it down. I believe you're right.
Maybe a few years ago.
So you do talk about it.
Well, I hear it talked about. I didn't hear that from my brethren. I heard that from someone in the media. It was probably the genius I heard it from.
Dodgers 24, White Sox 05. That's right. That'll be one of the Reds' foes this coming road trip. Tommy White to right field. Just the second hit surrendered by Lauder, and it means there are 2 on for the A's. Yeah, I saw they DFA'd former Red Austin Hayes today. He had several injuries that impacted his year dramatically.
He hasn't played too many games since he's left us, huh?
Just 12.
Wow.
And Zach Littell was let go by the Nationals club the Reds are going to see. He was one of the deadline ads for the Reds who did very well for them last year. That's where, post deadline in today's era, you don't have those same waiver wire moves. I'm curious who will grab who among the men that become available. And we've already seen, decent number of names. Just feel like there was a lot more action across the league at the deadline, and Only so many roster spots. Appeal. No go. Donovan Walton, line to left. His first time tonight. On the edge strike. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The batter is challenging the pitch.
I don't know. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Let's see. Strike.
Pitch is a strike. Athletics have one challenge remaining.
A's have had a tough time, losing 26 of 31. In that time, both sides have been wanting. Under 3.5 runs a game scored, ERA of nearly 7. They were .500, and that's good enough to be in the playoff chase in the American League. The losses have piled up significantly, 30 in 37 games since. Runners go, payoff is topped foul. Louder has just quadrupled up on the slider. You don't see that very often. It's been his favorite pitch tonight. He's thrown 4 of them this plate appearance. Ready for his 8th pitch this AB to Walton. Step off, pump. There was no cover. Had De La Cruz been there, I think he would have sent that ball there and would have had a shot to get a leaning Soderstrom. Soderstrom broke away. Runners go. Tapper. Louder's got it. Sal with the stretch stays on the bag.
Comes.
Back at GABP, Reds TV from Bar S. Identical line scores. Hey, Eugenio Suarez leads it off. He has struck out. 0-1. Today is just the 25th time the Reds have faced a left-handed starting pitcher. That's the fewest such games in the league. They're 11-13 so far against Southpaws, and they're down their greatest equalizer. Spencer Steer has destroyed left-handed pitching this year, and he's currently on the IL. Nights like this, I think you feel his absence even more. Full count. Fought foul by Suarez. Gino working pitches. Ready for the 9th of this plate appearance. Early turn and a foul ball. Showing him what he's got. Now the A's as a team have surrendered a slew of home runs. They're on pace to obliterate their single season franchise record. And normally home runs are part of what does damage against Lopez. Suarez strikes out. Lopez an outright season high 9 Ks. Our Jake Sweeney Kia pitch tracks.
Well, Lopez just is not giving in. It's that fastball on both sides of the plate. This one looked to be off the plate, but close enough to get the chase. That was a cutter.
Oh, and 1 on Marte, who saw 1 pitch his first time. Singled, stole second, and scored. He had a season high 3 hits Friday against Pittsburgh. You saw signs in Marte even before that with a line drive out the game before to right field.
Yeah, it was a line drive. His last at bat the previous game, and he hasn't had any real consistent playing time. But I feel like his approach is much better. Obviously, you got to get the reps so that you can repeat it in the game. But that just as an outsider looking in, he seems to be much more square to the plate as opposed to kind of opening towards that third base line. Some good signs, I'm telling you, this offseason. Hopefully he works on it, comes back ready to go.
J.J. Bleday, first pitch, right field, Butler. Fly ball out. 1, 2, 3 for the Reds.
Friend.
First.
Our bar storyline, strikeouts aside, similar showings.
Yeah, both guys just throwing strikes and taking advantage of some aggressiveness. The 9 strikeouts from Lopez really doing a nice job of pitching on the periphery, staying out in the middle of the plate.
Red Lauder gets strike 1 on Henry Bolte, who has bounced one back to Lauder. Strike 2. Struck him out.
Good slider down. You look at the depth of the pitches. That slider didn't have much east and west on it, but it certainly had the north and south.
So now Williams. There's the curveball for a strike. One of the common turns of phrase our good friend Chris Welsh, sage advice that he got years ago, trying to have two speeds on your breaking ball. And I feel like that's what the curveball does for Lauder.
Yes, sir.
How does that impact the hitter?
Well, you see breaking ball and you're thinking one speed and one speed alone. A little slower breaking ball has a tendency to be a little bit bigger of a break. Just a different look. Slider's normally a fast, late breaking pitch. The curveball is just a lull you to sleep. Big bender. Timing just disrupts the timing.
Home run and a fly out for Butler so far tonight. Bounced right side. Tough play, McLean. He's got it. Outfield grass. Got him. One, two, three again for Lauder. Jose Trevino has knocked in the lone Reds run. He'll try to spark the home half when we're back.
Reds.com/premium.
A muggy night in Cincinnati, tied at 1. Reds and A's. Middle game of a 3-game set. Bottom third due up for the Reds. Jose Trevino was down 2 strikes early. Rallied to get a ribby hit his first time. Here, first pitch popped to Walton. Brief word now from Big Sandy Superstore.
This summer, sleep cooler for less at Big Sandy Superstore. Your headquarters for luxury mattresses. Big Sandy Superstore.
Ke'Bryan Hayes struck out his first time. Backdoor strike. Hard ground ball, foul.
It's a little bit out in front of that off-speed pitch. Definitely foul.
Away.
I believe Lopez's eyes just light up when he sees a guy pull a ball down the third base line. I think that gives him more conviction to throw that breaking ball on the outside part of the plate.
Right field, Butler breaks in. And just certain types of contact.
You know, as a pitcher, you're reading the swings of the hitter, seeing how he reacts to the ball. And anytime you throw an off-speed pitch to a right-handed hitter and he's out in front and pulls that ball down the third base line, foul. You know, okay, I can go a little slower, a little further out. And he went back outside with the fastball that time. Get the fly ball to right field.
McLean to right. Deep gap. Gone! Ninth of the year for number 9. The Mac attack with a 2-out solo shot. And the Reds have their first lead tonight. It's 2-1 Cincinnati.
Well, hopefully that's a sign that Matt McClain is starting to heat up. He's had a few hits to right field, and this time driving the ball to right center field. Look how he stays down and through that ball. I talked about a commitment up the middle the other way. That's what a commitment looks like.
That's his first home run in almost 2 months. Swing and miss, Ellie De La Cruz. McClain last went deep when he launched 2 in St. Louis June 7th. He had 3 that series at Busch. And after the yanked contact to third might have encouraged Lopez, what does that opposite gap homer do to him?
Got to tip your cap.
Lifted, shallow right, long runs. Nobody gets there. De La Cruz never broke stride. Butler throw. He is out. Base hit, cut down at second by Lawrence Butler. Reds take the lead on a Matt McClain home run.
Against Lopez, you need a commitment up the middle the other way. Matt McClain commits out of the ballpark.
Dealers.
Join the Reds on August 14th, Veterans and Military Appreciation Day, presented by Hamilton County Veterans. Special ticket offers for military members are available. Go to reds.com/military. The Reds ahead 2-1. Jacob Wilson leads it off. First pitch tight from Rhett Lauder. Wilson's had a couple of at-bats of extremes. One pitch flied out his first time. Last time he rallied from 0-2 and brought it full and grounded out to second base. Bounce to third, Hayes. Lauder has issued 2 walks tonight. Both have been drawn by Soderstrom. One and one. Just nips the bottom of the zone. Little flare left center, and then it's down for a base hit. A man on for Jonah Heim, who has struck out and lined out to center. A's have action in their pen. Right-hander Hayden Yinger is up. Fouled, strike one. Lopez is at 87 pitches. It's 2, 3, and 4 for the Reds, who are a combined 0 for 6 against Lopez. Can't quite connect on those high and tight heaters. Twice has just barely missed. Full count. Time for Heim. Runner off, pitch foul. Goes that smoke down the right field side, fair, in trouble. Soderstrom sprinting for third. Windmill is on, gathered on the bare hand by Marte. Throw to second. Soderstrom scores from first. Jonah Heim with the game-tying base hit, 2-all.
Fastball in on the hands. Jonah Heim just gets to it. You mentioned earlier during that at bat, Brett Lauder missed a few times trying to connect on that fastball in. So maybe looking for it inside. Heim gets to it easily.
Matt Tracy out for a chat. They just got Brock Burke up. The left-handed Jeff McNeil, one of the A's hottest hitters, 0 for 2 today, is due up. Last half inning, McLean's homer gave the Reds their lone lead tonight. The A's have a tie-breaking run now in scoring position. All three Reds outfield arms are competitive. Dane Myers the best of the bunch in center. Strike one. Popped up. Stewart in from first. The Reds and Avocados from Peru have teamed up for a chance to win a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR or Reds VIP experience. To enter, scan the QR code on your screen. Register at reds.com/AvoReds. Be sure to follow at Avos from Peru on Instagram. Tommy White. First pitch foul off himself. Singled his last time, soft liner to short. Much like Brett Lauder, he started collegiately in the ACC. That's where he got the nickname Tommy Tanks. He was at North Carolina State in 2022. The then freshman hit 9 homers in his first 9 games. He finished the year setting the collegiate freshman record. Hit 27 home runs. broke his bat. The stage was set when he debuted. His first collegiate game, he hit 3 homers. And he was teammates with another man who had massive power, who was once part of a high school national home run derby. His teammate in 2019 at IMG Academy in Florida,
Reese Hines.
Now, Hines was a couple of years older. White didn't graduate until 21, but Hines was a senior when they were teammates in 2019. Opposite way, foul. Another star that he was a teammate with at IMG, which is a national powerhouse. The Nationals' incredible outfielder, James Wood, who's having a prolific year, certainly is informing some of talented teammate C.J. Abrams' success. But Wood just hit the IL with an oblique. And the Nationals are the Reds' next foe. They'll go to our nation's capital and then south side to face the White Sox in Chicago on the coming road trip. Grounded to short, De La Cruz. A's get a run. The lead lost, tied once more. Reds TV from Bar S.
Liberty. Let's update you on another pitcher on the comeback, and that being Tony Santillan. This is video from earlier today. It was a 25-pitch side bullpen session, and this one was significant because it's the first time that he spun it off the mound. Threw all of his pitches, through the breaking pitches. Talked to him afterwards. Felt great. The next step, he will face live hitters in D.C. this weekend. So ahead of schedule, per expected, Tony Santillan.
Oh, thank you, Jim. No go on appeal. Sal Stewart. Comeback track for Tony Santillan. A's are into their bullpen. Jacob Lopez struck out a season-high 9 over 5 innings. Skyline Chili called to the bullpen. It's Hayden Yinger.
Yinger, a 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball sits at 95 miles an hour. Slider, changeup, and a cutter. It's a slider.
Drafted by the Blue Jays out of Missouri State, 6th rounder at 21. He cracked the bigs with Toronto this year. Got DFA'd. It was traded to the A's in late June. Now, as the A's are into their bullpen, Jim, and gave us the update of Tony Santillan, what about another high leverage late reliever for the Reds, the mending Graham Ashcraft?
He's in Arizona, also through a side session, and continues to progress well. His next step is he will throw to live hitters out in Arizona, then another just standard side bullpen session after that. And when the Reds get back from the next road trip, they will get they'll get their eyes on Ashcraft as he will throw here as well. So those injuries to the bullpen, I mean, you can say what you will, but they were devastating. Your top 3 leverage guys.
Tap back to Yinger, who stumbles. Stewart flying down the line. Throw. Gets away. Always hustling, and the wise turn right from Stewart. He's aboard.
Ball right back up the middle to the pitcher. A little panic sets in, and you mentioned it. Sal just understanding on the overthrow. He turns to his right side. If he turns to the left, regardless if he breaks towards second base or not, there's a possibility of them tagging him out. Just in case, get back to that bag.
Scored a base hit. Now Dane Myers, who has struck out. He is foul popped. A's have a lefty, Jose Suarez, getting ready. Their bullpen has been dreadful. Reds took advantage of that last night. Crack to right field, base hit. Stewart rips through second base. Butler on the spinning throw to second. Stewart goes first to third. Base knock, Dane Myers.
Well, Dane Myers just continuing to getting it done. Hitting third in the lineup now. And I believe consistently for the last 2 weeks. He's probably been the most consistent hitter. He's very quietly getting the job done, going first to third. Good start to this inning.
Infield cheat shallow. Eugenio Suarez has struck out twice. Ball one. One ball, one strike. A's bullpen, the worst ERA in the sport. The staff has surrendered a barrage of big flies. Suarez certainly has pop. One of the more prolific home run hitters of his era. Yinger has not yet surrendered a major league home run. Struck him out. Foul tip.
Good changeup down. You want to try to keep that ball in the infield, especially with the infield playing in. And that's the right pitch for that situation. Gino hits that ball. It's probably on the ground.
Yinger likely facing his last hitter, Noel Marte. Marte has singled, scored, popped out. On deck is the lefty J.J. Bleday. A's have had lefty Jose Suarez warming for some time, presumably mostly for that matchup. On the edge, strike. In the air right field, Butler going deep. Makes the catch, tag at third, throw goes to second. Stewart scores. Sac fly RBI, Noel Marte, and the Reds take a 3-2 lead.
Well, a really nice job by Noel Marte. This ball was out of the strike zone, a slider. But he wants to get the ball in the air, so he goes after a pitch that's up. Lofts that ball to right field, driving the run.
Another productive plate appearance, and that does chase Hayden Yinger. Suarez gets the call. We'll step aside.
$250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Ready for this one? Get iPhone 17 Pro on T-Mobile. Let that sink in. On T-Mobile. Take that amazing new iPhone and be like this guy.
Back-to-back hits began the inning. Sal Stewart driven in by Noel Marte. Reds ahead 3-2. New man on the mound, Jose Suarez. Am I the only one who sees Bartolo Colon a little bit? Left on left against J.J. Bleday.
Oh, I see it.
Bleday is struck out. He is flied out. Dane Myers held on at first. . 2 2 Ball called, and that means second base for Dane Myers. It was immediately called by home plate man Will Little. Down and away. That's the third balk against him this year, and the fifth on his career. Opposite way, handled on a hop by White.
Toyota, let's go places.
Cincinnati Reds baseball is presented by Jake Sweeney Chevy. Together, let's drive. By UC Health. Expect more at uchealth.com. And by Bet365, where winning is everything. 3-2 Reds, couple of changes. New man on the mound is lefty Brock Burke. Pinch hitter at the plate is Max Muncy.
Numbers on the season, and another fine job by Rhett Lauder. Starting to see that more and more from the starting staff. Consistently going deep into the game, 6 innings, quality start. That works.
His second straight quality start. Lauder entered the day without a win since April 20th. That had been his last quality start until these last two. Just nips the bottom edge of the zone. Muncy came off the bench last night, pinch hit in the 7th, line to center. Later also flying to left. And Lauder got 8 ground ball outs tonight. Using that slider a lot. I thought he did a very nice job. Inconsistent at times in execution, but tried to pitch in a good amount. Did have some success with it. We're seeing, it seems, a more conscious effort to be able to do that. Fouled back. Blown by him.
Challenge fastball. Here it is. That's middle.
Henry Bolte, a bounce to the pitcher and a strikeout, 0 for 2. When the Reds got off to their rip-roaring start and led the division at the end of April, one of the main highlights of that surge, how well they played in close games. Swing and miss. And to be honest, you wondered how sustainable it was. Doesn't tend to happen that much in baseball. Well, in this hotter start out of the All-Star break, they're repeating that trick a bit. Reds have won 9 of their last 13 games, dribbled foul. 8 of the 9 wins have come by 2 runs or less. The Reds have the best record in baseball in games decided by 2 runs or less. They have won 31 of their 50. They're 31-19 in games decided by 2 or less. That's not easy to do. And over that stretch, the bullpen has been a key part of it, like it was in April when they had the best bullpen ERA in the sport. So to Jim's point earlier, if you're going back and looking for one of the threads, when their three high leverage relievers all got hurt in a similar window, there is something to that.
Yes, it is.
Scott Blewett is warming in the A's pen. This is cranked foul. And Brock Burke has been one of the stabilizing forces in this pen. A lefty that handles righties and lefties well. He can bridge innings.
He's leading the National League.
Batter is challenging the pitch.
With his 56 appearances, this is 57th appearance.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
So not only has he been good, but he's been durable.
That's what he's done this year at home. A sub-1. Only Aroldis Chapman has had a lower ERA as a Reds reliever.
I like that comp.
Rolled slowly to short. 1-2-3 for Burke.
Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
Some of the big moments for the Reds tonight, calling all witches, wizards, and muggles. Join the Reds Saturday, August 15th. Harry Potter night at the ballpark. Fans in the house receive a Reds mascot bauble presenting one of the 4 Hogwarts houses, distributed blind box style while supplies last. Fly over to reds.com/tickets today. Golden Snitch could be had. Among the changes, Jeff McNeil is at second base. First pitch strike by new man Scott Blewett. Tommy White has gone from third to first, and Max Muncy stays in the game at third base. Swing and miss by Trevino, who has an RBI hit. He's also popped to second.
And Scott Blewett, that's his pitch right there. 35% of the pitches he throws, sliders.
Fouled by Trevino. Broke into the bigs as a 24-year-old in 2020 with the Royals, and he's bounced around. He's been a Royal, a Twin, an Oriole, a Brave, a Cardinal, and now with the A's. Here's that slider. Trevino stays alive. Struck him out. Brief word now from Miami Valley Gaming.
Get ready to get lucky at MVG. With over 2,200 of the best gaming machines, we got you covered.
Key Brian Hayes. A's are out of challenges. Strikeout, fly out so far tonight. Bounce to third on a low skip. Max Muncy, ball will find you. Let's take a look at our All-State Good Hands replay. The big fly for Matt McLean.
Yeah, Jacob Lopez was pitching really well against these Reds with the 9 punch-outs. Matt McLean decided, if you're going to throw me that backdoor breaking ball, I'm just going to stay right through it. He did, and drove that ball out the ballpark.
Great looking pitch, ball 1. Reds have TJ Antone up in their pen. Tapped foul. Willie Harris has it. Stuff certainly has some pop. Blewett's a pretty big dude, 6'6", listed at 245. Full count. Swing decisions and connecting on heaters critical for Matt McLean. He's worked a full count here. In the air, right center. Butler gliding in. 1, 2, 3.
On the throwback value menu, only at Pizza Hut.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Visit MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps.
Oh, thank you, Jim. Oh, with one on Lawrence Butler. Butler went deep his first time. He has since flied out, grounded out. Gets time here. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Catcher is challenging the pitch.
It was close. It was a strike.
Pitch is a strike. Batter is out.
That's going to be all for Brock Burke. With the righty due up, Burke does his job. He strikes out 3. TJ Antone will get the call.
Toyota, let's go places.
One-run edge for the Reds in the 8th, TJ Antone.
Last saw Tone Sunday against the Pirates. Had a couple punch outs in his inning. Did give up a couple hits and a run.
A battle Jacob Wilson, who has gone 0 for 3 so far. Fly out, 2 groundouts. Strike 1. Antone only 4 earnings in his last 29 outings. Breaking ball misses. He's been among the 10 best at ERA in that time. Snuck a sweeper in there for a strike.
Yeah, it's such a tough pitch because that ball's thrown right at your hands. And if it's a fastball, you got to get out of the way. That late breaking sweeper.
And while it can be a biting pitch to get Chase, keeping the hitters honest by throwing it for a strike, trying to find that balance, a big part of his success. Sailed left side. De La Cruz and Hayes. Hayes gives ground. The taller De La Cruz. 2 down. Soderstrom has been on 3 times. 1-run game. He's got power. First pitch popped up right side. Stewart can't see it. He needs help. McLean coming over. Stewart finds it. End of inning.
Boys are one and the same.
Join the Reds at every Tuesday home game. Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. You can enjoy select $3 beers, $2 bar rest hot dogs, $1 ice cream cups. Get tickets now, Reds.com/Tuesday. Top of the order, Ellie De La Cruz. First pitch foul. Home 8th, Reds trying to expand upon a 1-run lead. Closer Emilio Pagan is getting ready. Center field and caught by Bolte. Sal Stewart. Infield hit and a run scored in the 6th. Shade some of what happened last night when an alert Stewart grabbed a bag, later came across as what proved to be the game's deciding run. He snapped the deadlock that inning. Artful dodge by Dane Myers, who just calmly lifted his left foot. Foul ball shot past him. Stewart ran hard and reached on the infield comebacker to the first man out of the A's pen, Hayden Yinger. Then later went first to third on Myers' base hit to right. Bounces to the backstop for Blewett. Center field, Bolte again. A pair of line drive outs. Myers 1 for 3 with that single to right in the 6th. Tonight with the left-handed starter, Myers got bumped up to batting 3rd. That can be and was tonight a critical role in the Reds getting that run. Something else that's happened, I feel like a decent amount, and I'm not sure if this is just how our memories play tricks with us. Since Ellie and Sal went to 1-2 in the lineup, how many times have they been up in the last inning where the Reds have had a shot to either add on to a lead, try to tie it?
Yeah, I think that's real. I don't think that's perceived. That was a good move, and it's proved out to be fruitful.
Top of the order in order. The Reds ahead by 1. The closer is in. Pagan is on to close it out.
Time you stream, search Fox 19 now.
Toyota game summary. Red Lauder, another strong night for the Reds.
Yeah, he has been putting them together. Jacob Lopez really pitched well, but the Reds were able to find a way. And Noel V. Marte, it's nice to see him making his contributions. Matt McClain going deep.
So now with the Reds ahead by 1, second straight night, Emilio Pagan seeks a save. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Catcher is challenging the pitch. He pitches the ball. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
Pagan facing switch hitter Jonah Heim. Was a ribby double, has lined out, struck out. Pagan worked around a couple of hits in a scoreless 9th yesterday. Upstairs strike. No earnings in his last 7, 9 Ks, no walks. Positive outcomes in all of them, 2 wins and 5 saves. Lifted left side, Hayes and Trevino over. Trevino to the rail, Hayes behind him, has it.
A lot of foul territory down that third base line, and good hustle from both Key Bryan and Jose Trevino.
Jeff McNeil 0 for 3, 2 pop outs, 1 strikeout. When Pagan pitched last night, it was mostly the bottom third of the order. Fisted foul. Reds trying to make it 5 wins in 6 games, 10 in their last 14. Should this margin hold, 9 of the 10 would-be triumphs would be by 2 runs or less. Way high. A win tonight would also mean victories in 5 out of 6 series for the Reds. Popped up. The infield converges. Hayes again. Now a rematch Pagan, when he entered last night, retired Tommy White on a fly ball out. He has singled so far this evening. Hayes guards the line at third. Check swing in the zone, strike. Reds might have got a break there. Pagan, his manager, teammates have talked about how smooth he looks of late, repeating his delivery, and the split has been it. Struck it out! Up and in fastball for a sword. A perfect night. The punch out by Pagan to cap a save. The Reds are hot. They have won 5 of their last 6 series.
You talked about Emilio Pagan and how he has been on fire. He's been very, very aggressive. Thought he might go to the split. He said, oh no, I'm coming with 96 right back at you. And it's another win and another series win for these Reds this second half. It's been fun to watch. It all starts with that starting pitching. Red Lauder, after giving up a leadoff home run, really settled down and pitched yet another quality start. Bullpen did a nice job. And offensively, it wasn't just Ellie and Sal getting it done today. It was Noelvi Marte doing a nice job and making things happen. Matt McClain going deep. So when you can spread the wealth and everyone shoulders the responsibility, it gets much more fun in playing these games, and more importantly, winning these games.
Well, the Reds victorious. Reds post game still to come. Kings of the close calls. The Reds take down the A's 3-2.